Am I the a-hole for telling my adult stepdaughter that I own the house and it isn't her dad's anymore and kicked her out? Woo, let's see. I, 48 male, have been married to the love of my life, Elizabeth, 47 female, for about 15 years now. We met at this gathering someone in our community held for young widows, which we both were. I had lost my first wife and our daughter while she was giving birth, and Elizabeth lost her husband and oldest son in a car crash, and she was left alone with a 8-year-old daughter. We started dating pretty quickly, and we just worked together so well within 7 months. I had moved into their house that her husband left her. I told her to move in with me instead, but she refused and told me to come because she didn't want to relocate her daughter and start a new school and life and everything, which was understandable. I always tried to be a loving and a supportive stepdad, since I always wanted to be a goddad and I was one for a few hours. But she always just hated me, saying I'm not her dad and never would be. After a few years, I stopped trying, but was always polite to her because I truly loved her deep down. I was in her life since she was 8 and I watched her grow into honesty aside from our issues and overall wonderful kids, and I'm proud of her truly, and I wish someday she'd realize that I actually love her. Now, 6 months after I moved in, my late father-in-law was diagnosed with gastric cancer and it was bad. He was a very good man, but he was just a regular plumber that was long retired and was living off a retirement pension by then. He ended up bouncing back from the hospital and home from the next year and a half before he finally passed away at home. None of my brother-in-laws were able to help pay the hospital bill, so I asked my wife whether I could buy the house from her at full market value. She needed the money, and I hated living in another man's home and was begging her to buy a house nearby anyway. After a couple of days, she accepted, and I ended up buying it for 170k cash, which was above market value at the time by around 20k actually. But the money went into helping her dad, who I liked, so it was okay. She put whatever was left into a good college fund for her daughter and a little family trip for us three a few months after her dad's death. Fast forward to my now stepdaughter is 25 and pregnant. She's single and says she doesn't know the father and that it was a drunk one night stand, but that she doesn't want an abortion and wants to raise the baby, which I respect. She came a few months ago to stay with us since her lease ended just after she found out about the pregnancy and wanted her mom to help her and be there for her, which was fine with us. But last night, it all went to shit. I was watching a movie with my wife when she came and stopped it and said we have to talk. She wanted us to move out and leave her our house because she apparently found a new boyfriend and that they are serious and they want to move in together here in my house and that it rightfully belonged to her since it was her dad's house. I laughed and told her not happening, baby girl. I told her that it was once her dad's house, then it became her mom's, and now it's mine after I legally bought it from her, and that my name is the one on the deed. She flipped out and started screaming at my wife, telling her that she had no right selling her inheritance like that, and we just told her there was no inheritance from her dad to her. Everything was left to her mom, including the house, which made what we did completely legal and fair. We told her college funds was directly from the sale and she never worked once in 4 years of college, so it wasn't like she got nothing. She blew up on me, calling me a pathetic loser and that I'm never gonna be half the man her dad was and that this will forever be his house. And I said, at least I'm alive. She was shocked and hurt and crying and tried attacking me, which wasn't the first or second time she has done this since she returned, and I'm frankly done with it, so I kicked her out. She begged me and apologized, saying she's pregnant, but I had enough. She went and stayed with her dad's parents, who ended up calling me and saying that I am a pathetic loser, and everyone is calling me an a-hole on both sides of the family. And my wife isn't talking to me. Yes, I was an ass for saying her dad was dead. I know that. But for weeks now, she has been saying stuff like that and insulting me in my own house every single day. When I have taken her in for months now and have been feeding her all on my own since my wife doesn't work anymore due to a medical condition. And I just had enough. and the girl eats every week. I spend over $300 on groceries and she never showed me any respect or gratitude whatsoever. But was I the a-hole for kicking her out? No, you're not. I mean, what do you guys think?